Winston Churchill once said that the difference between mere management and leadership is communication. So my first question when I started researching this topic is, what are the most important aspects of communication in leadership? What makes a great leader great when it comes to the way they communicate with those beneath them and on their own level? And lastly, how can I get these traits and become a better leader myself? So my name is Michael Sawinski, and I'm here, and after conducting a lot of research on this topic, talking with a professional and researching countless case studies, I think I've come to a good conclusive answer on what are the 3 best skills that a leader needs to become a great and effective communicator. Okay, so all my research tells me that the 3 greatest aspects of leadership communication are having vision or general knowledge, being visible, and having adjustability. So first, I'm going to walk you through these 3 traits, explain to you what they mean, why they're so important to leadership communication, and lastly, how you can get them and what you can do with them. First off, the importance of vision and general knowledge. Okay, so let's say tomorrow, I want to go out with a whole bunch of friends and I want to build a lawnmower, okay? I have this great mental picture, see like flames on the sides, maybe like Hot Rod logo, something like that, maybe Lightning Queen, ka-chang. But the thing is, so I have this vision, but when I go there, I have all the parts, I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I've never built a lawnmower before, so what makes me qualified to lead this group? I'm not qualified for it because I don't have that general knowledge. Just like a lawnmower, every idea has parts, and to be a good leader, you need to have a good understanding of the component parts of the problem. One good example of this is in architects. So architects, if you didn't know, they have to learn all these they have all these people working underneath them. So they come up with this vast design, and then they have tons of people working inside of it. Landscape architects, interior designers, construction managers, industrial engineers, architectural engineers, and they have to work with all those. And so as an architect, you have to learn basically the studies of each of those groups, each of those organizations in school. And so that way you're basic knowledge base in every single one of them, and that way you can work and lead all of them. Ansha Luthra at the Department of Management Studies in 2015 from SRM University said that knowledge is what separates an excellent communicator from a good talker. So a good talker is someone who can make you laugh, someone who can make you smile, someone who can tell a good story. But a good leader is someone who gets you on that same page, gets you on the same level, gets you to take that vision that they have in their head and put it onto paper. And without that knowledge and without that vision, you can't have any success. So, knowledge and vision are essential for leadership. They're a great building block upon all these skills. But without the proper tools to communicate effectively, it's not going to do you much good. You could have the best idea in the world and the best plan to execute it, but if you can't get people behind you to support you and help you through it, you're not going to get very far. So the first of these important things is visibility. So you need to be a leader who's there, who's accessible, who you see his face. He's not just some guy hiding behind a shell corporation that you've never seen, you barely hear from. And nowadays in the modern age, this took an interesting turn. Back in the day, it was all face-to-face. Like, if you wanted to be visible, you were physically visible. But nowadays, it's more email, keeping up email chains, being productive, holding meetings, just being open. It's just being accessible to your crew and being active, trying to actively seek out and actively progress with each member of your crew. One excellent example of this is in presidential campaigns. They all started way back when the Lincoln and Douglas debates, traveling around the country, going to all these little small towns and big cities, and giving debates because they're being visible to the people. They're going to be the leader of the American people, and they're getting all these people to watch them, see them, and basically, and that way, not only do they get to hold people accountable, the people get to hold them accountable because they can see the leader that they want or that they don't want. And nowadays with the modern age, it's a lot easier. We've got Zoom, Facebook Messenger, text, FaceTime, all these tools that to communicate way faster from different sides of the globe. And campaigning is turned differently. We still have massive presidential campaigns like this. One excellent example is Bernie Sanders. He had an amazing college campaign where he went around to all these different colleges around the US and marketed to them because that was his chief dynamic. So it made sense. It was a smart move. So now I'm going to go back to that new digital age I was just talking about. With this new digital age, as amazing as it was, as much as it opened up our horizons, it also made things a lot more difficult, particularly with adjustability. So leaders need to be able to adjust for each of the audiences they find themselves in, or each group that they're working with. Ronald B. Adler, in the Communicating at Work textbook released in 2012, said that great leaders are ones who adapt leadership and communication styles based on the groups and the strengths and weaknesses of the people that they are with. Nowadays, this even comes to hold a new meaning, which is with technology in itself. What kind of filing system do you want to use for this? What app do you want to use to communicate? How do you want to hold our meetings? Do you want to use like an intercom, or do you want to meet in person? And so you have to take that all into consideration now with the new web system. And, well, we're no better time to take that into consideration than now with coronavirus. People who prepare for it, people who were adjustable, made a quick transition and they're back in business. Other people are currently floundering because they're having trouble making that leap from in-person communication to digital. Okay, lastly, let's do a quick recap. Okay, so first and foremost, you need to have a vision, and you need to have the general knowledge to back it up. Next, you need communication skills. Primarily, you need to be there. You need to be active. You need to be visible to the people you're working with. And lastly, you need to be adaptable. You're never going to get your dream team every single time. You've just got to be adaptable and work through it. So I believe that those are the three most important aspects of being a leader. And if you have all those, you're well on the path to greatness. So I started this whole speech by quoting Winston Churchill and how he said that the difference between mere management and leadership is communication. So I have one question for you. Are you content to be a manager, or are you ready to step up and be a leader?